o no? Hello everyone, and you are extremely welcome to Trinity Festival, our fully online concert to mark the end of Trinity's teaching term. This year we're bringing you this concert in place of the traditional ball, and we're featuring some of Ireland's hottest rising stars, bringing you live music from all across the campus. But not only are we bringing you these amazing tunes, we're also going to look at you, the students, and see how college has fared during this pandemic, highlighting the wonderful societies, staff and services that have kept Trinity going during COVID-19.
We've got some of Ireland's biggest rising stars in the lineup, including Nealo, Ailbhe Reddy and Malaki, as well as Trinity's own rising stars, including Ellie O'Neill, Big Sleep and Tertia. We filmed them in some very recognisable rooms around Trinity, including this one here behind me, the exam hall where the Clash played in 1977, fun fact, and Regent House above Front Square. As live music officer, it's been a bit of an unusual year, but we're delighted to have been able to put together a production and support the industry in these tough times.
But it's not just amazing acts we'll be covering in tonight's concert. We're having a look all around college and focusing on the people who have kept Trinity running during COVID. Stay tuned later for our Society and Staff Spotlight, where we'll be interviewing lecturers, staffs and societies, talking all about how they've fared during COVID-19. Before we begin, we'd also like to extend a huge thank you to the Provost and his office. Without them, this event simply would not have happened. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. But that's enough from us. It's time to get on with the show, and you're very welcome to Trinity Festival 2021.
Yeah, this one's called Cavalier. Let's give it a whack. Yo. Let's go. Zips clean with a slim bean. Seen a silly lady in a grim scene. Kept her wits clean and a smart eye. Smart from eye to eye. Sips the 4 to 5 vine. But in 4 to 5 I might try Bacardi and Coke. I'm all wine. Move sharp I spoke. You got the time? No tick. Just slay. Talk slick. I'll pay. She stays for a second I reckon. Bit of decision with a twist of lemon. Spit religion and heaven. Hip hop and politics. She let me watch as I contradict. To check my watches. Time to dip. I go to sip. She leans to kiss. I'm focusing. I reach her lips. I'm noticing. No, the dude take my wrist. I fake a switch. My faith is dipped. A wish. Swift kicks as he takes a swing. I'm not looking for a fight. I'm just doing my thing. Throw down my drink, slow down he spits. Mate, you haven't got a chance if you mess with this. Real facts in gold on his wrist. One too many pints of the masculine. Master motions to his past within. Atlantic oceans couldn't pass his kid. So instead I pass a wink, a dimple cheek. Better be in pacifist and let devotions leak. I'm past the shit, don't pretend. Go and kick it, go tell a friend. Shit, don't tell a friend.
Come around, won't you come around? Secrets that you keep, can't leave them in clouds. Easier to hate when you haven't found what is it you need.
Yes.
Settle down, come around, won't you come around? Secrets that you keep,
Yes.
easier to hate.
I'd like to invite to the stage my man, George II. Show some love. Yes, sir. Let me hear.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go. Wait. Whoa. Come and kick, don't tell a friend. I make you see stars, no Michelin. Bitch on the plug, no middleman. And you be the socket, I stick it. I'm audacious, flirtatious, got status. Baby, let me skip a couple bases. Goodness gracious, that bed is spacious. Let me see you on a one-night basis. We accept the love we think we deserve. One night, shank bed, then adjourn. No fights, no affection to dessert, no fights.
No.
Don't give me no look of shame in the same vein. My libido, I was trying to maintain. And your ego, courage off the vino, led you to the casino. Baby, I won't take the blame. You see the goal, you like the fleece. Might sell your soul for a piece. You judge a nigga like police, but you a centerfold, a masterpiece. No one gon' say no to a face like that. And I figure like damn, she thick and a booty like Play-Doh. You can give me 2 cents if a nigga gotta touch them lips, but you can't love me. Fuck that shit, when a nigga can't love himself, probably do it for the money. Buy you a lot, except 2 things, love and health. Here's that news, nice guys lose. Machiavelli said it, walk in my shoes. No regrets in the life that you choose. Man, fuck your feelings, I ain't paying no dues.
Yes. Woo. Yes, sir. Woo. Yes, sir. Woo. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make some noise for my man George II. Yes, sir. Woo.
Boys' nights, women around, sometimes it's not right. Maybe you think I want the invite to your boys' nights, to your boys' nights. Chicks out, so you can get your 3-inch dicks out. Remind yourself what manhood's all about. On the boys' nights, on the boys' nights. All the girls, 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 sometimes it's not right, not right, not right. Boys' night, boys' night, boys' night.
This one's called Such a Shame. Concrete flows by high like a flood. I'm a few drinks deep coming down the hill for my next rush. Teaching that this just another part of trying to live with love. Before you're too grown up, I'm invincible for now, and I'll be alright until I hit the ground. It's such a shame that I can't stay. I've grown to love this place. It's such a shame that I can't stick around before the clocks go ticking over, so they say. story of the kid who took on the city and made it big. I know that nonsense and I know just how it goes. Can you hear that sound? It's the pound of the heart of gold. Under pressure as the city falls, as it falls. It's such a shame that I can't stay before the clocks go ticking over and the word says, man, I told you. Oh, such a shame that I can't wait around before my hopes get in the way. It's such a shame. Just a memory of the drinks and the fights and those CDs. And she left town and so did we. Now it's just a memory of the drinks and the fights and those CDs. And she left town and so did we. Those wasted days still stay with me, yeah. It's such a shame that I can't stay before my hopes get in the way. Such a shame that I can't wait around before the clocks go ticking over and the word says, man, I told you. Oh, such a shame, such a shame. Such a shame, such a shame. Oh, such a shame.
Can't you see me when I'm searching from the stage? Can't you hear yourself in every song that I play?
sorry that I can't handle things unfinished. I'm sorry that I wanted to love you with a witness. It's not to say our garden wasn't enough. It was. But now I have to cross myself and remember where I came from. One part out west at the foot of a mountain, one part in a Dublin tenement building, one part at the mouth of the River Shannon, one part forgotten, and it's rolling me. Before I came down living, I sat looking at a painting of a woman. It was done in human color, and the cheeks were all in red. I'd recognize that rib cage and that masochism anywhere. They took you from a dream I had and put you in my life. One part out west at the foot of a mountain, one part in a Dublin tenement building, one part at the mouth of the River Shannon, one part forgotten, and it's loose in me. It's loose in me. Mask, show me. Cover, no. Covet me. Desire, no. Decide me. Rely on, no. Release me. Dance on, no, dance with me. Invite, no, invade me. On bended knee, deny me. In choruses, reveal me. Ooh. Ooh. let me desire no design me, rely on no silent water praying at the edge of time itself means nothing when you've lost her. That was my Seraphina, gone early October. She sang autumn leaves, baby, disappeared into the winter. We met in a season of quicksilver tears, recognized mercy among wild company, started singing in secret to stay the bleed. Long night in the city, New Year coming in. Her crested head always shaking and hanging, lamed by confusion and passions displaced. Though the catbirds are shouting, she rises all eager, supple and prowling, and doesn't speak at all. Ooh, it was a man. It was mine. It was mine. We believed in the riches those steel jaws were promising us. Jealousy cleaved my spirit in two. What a gift in the charcoal night, an altar of aconite summoned to spit out the cure. Ooh, it was mine. Ooh, it was mine. Ooh, it was mine. And what guides us, a drunk Judas, the size of a tiger, felt shy, suspended in her arrow of light. Tell the watchman it's not worth it, that the danger was just an echo, until the dogs go on sleeping, Sylvia's come home. It was mine. It was mine. It was mine.
I've been searching for a long time for someone exactly like you. And I've been traveling for a long time, waiting for you to come through. Yeah, someone like you. Someone I provide to, drive to the night's dew, as I nestle right beside you, sweetly and discreetly as you whisper that you need me. Feed me your faults and devotions, tease me like salt in the ocean. Feeling sick, ibuprofen, proven as I mix it in a potion. So I know you never noticed, cause you were never into medicine. I know you were hurt by men and then you found me, a lemon scent on your neck, heaven sent us, so I've said to you. But then again, who would have thought I'd meet someone like you, so truthful and honest. Caught you flying by Jupiter on a comet, shooting for the stars. I should stop it, searching a soul for something honest. Robbing lands and digging pockets, broken plans and rigging watches, just so you can stay a little longer, just so I can stare and maybe ponder.
Someone like you.
Someone like you. Someone like you. Someone like you.
Someone like you.
Someone like you. Someone like you.
Like you.
Fuck you trying to say that piece the puzzle never fit. No disposition, I'm done with the struggle of it. Running from rubble from cliffs, struggles from bottomless pits. Life is harder than my cartilages. You left on a knife in my back and I ripped. We went from seconds to minutes and slipped. Soon as you reckon you finish, you dipped. I just mean shit, diminishing bliss. I just wanted someone like you, someone to trust and someone to view, someone to touch and someone to move, someone to love and someone to lose. I guess that someone is. I guess that someone is.
Someone like you.
Yeah.
Someone like you.
Someone like you. Someone like you. Someone like you. Someone like you. Love stems from the roots of our existence, become friends, then love ruins our own ambitions. So someone like you leaves softer than a whisper, so I guess I never know what it feels like to kiss you.
Unfaithful, but he, like me, was immensely unstable. I was numb and enjoyed just rejecting the pain. He was young, but will never be righteous again. No, we'll never be righteous again. Emily, you don't know me, but forgive me, Emily, you don't like me, I see that. Forgive me, Emily, you don't know me, but forgive me, Emily, you don't like me, I see that. Pavement eyes wandering by on my right. You have nothing to say, so have it your way, like. And I'm fighting for light now. I've completely lost sight now. Guilt hanging on my mind. And I'm fighting for light now. I've completely lost sight now. Guilt hanging on my mind. Guilt hanging on my mind. Emily, you don't know me, but I see that. Forgive me, Emily, you don't know me, but forgive me, Emily, you don't like me, I see that.
I used to spook so easy, but getting close to you came naturally to me. So I'll earn enough to pay rent. I'll grow up and always make the bed. I'll take care of my own head. Let's fall into routine, the romance of watching TV, hearing your broken sleep, feeling the warmth of your body. It's true intimacy. It's security. When you left, I hung on every word you'd ever said. Mulholland Drive and Patricia Arquette. I went to parties with my friends, gin and tonics to decompress, all to care a little less. But I still cared for you. I wrote all these songs to prove that I'm committed. If you are too, let's fall into routine, the romance of watching TV, hearing your broken sleep, feeling the warmth of your body. It's true intimacy. It's security. I don't wanna go on dates and hear personal histories. I don't wanna share my own unless it's you listening. I don't wanna go on dates and hear personal histories. I don't wanna share my own unless it's you listening. I don't wanna go on dates and hear
I'm hurting bad, but I'm a fool for gold. I swear I'd never make it home. And with the tea and toast in the morning tokes, I'll be off my bucks. I'll be off my bucks too. I'll be off my bucks to ever let it go. And I'm falling down, down. It's your door, oh, at your door. Rolling down those hills between those trees and down, down. It's your door, oh, at your door. And all I need is a place to sleep. You know I never rest my head, and I take my time when you ask just how I've been. And I said easy, easy, you don't wanna know. I broke my back to get you. I broke my back to get you. Laying down so sweet, and I'm falling down, down. It's your door, oh, at your door. Rolling down those hills between those trees and down, down. It's your door, oh, at your door. And the world can't wait, we've only got a few weeks. And I broke my back to get you, my back to get you, oh, oh. And I broke my back to get you, my back to get you. Laying down so sweet, and I'm falling down, down. It's your door, oh, at your door. Rolling down those hills between those trees and down, down. It's your door, at your door. And all I need is a place to sleep in. Let's roll back home to that lonely house and tell you that we had a mad one. My brother kicked us out. And let's roll back home to that lonely house and tell you that we had a mad one. And my brother kicked us out. And I broke my back to get you, my back to get you, oh. And I broke my back to get you, my back to get you. Laying down so sweet. All right.
What's the crack? My name is Nealo, and this is the Trinity Festival with all my lovely friends. Oh fuck, I can't take it anymore. A bad sleep, don't wanna wake up anymore. A bad year, I keep dreaming of the door. I meditate with tears streaming to the floor. Ah fuck, I can't take it anymore. A bad sleep, don't wanna wake up anymore. A bad year, I keep dreaming of the door. I meditate with tears streaming to the floor. I spent too many years making chemistry with the wrong shit. Bong hits a long list of chemicals I got moaned with. I know we're worlds apart, but I'm holding on with a strong grip. Rolling across an ocean in chaos, I'm in a long ship. Alchemy and mysticism, ingredients to a long spliff. Balcony smoking up to Jim Costello's knowledge bomb hits. Wisdom isn't lectured in college, they preach the wrong shit. Dreams of longitude, longing for safe to let this song rip. I got souls on my lifeline, I got pros for a lifetime. I battled out the trenches, I promised Rose this is my time. Like Rebel said, I told me ma one day she'd see a sunshine. Let's get this bread, communion for my soul, drinking church wine. Spent too many days just trying to find a way. Sack of me, we never prayed, the sacristy making slaves. His Majesty filling graves full of paddies back in the day. No, the Irish were enslaved, the Irish were enslaved. We were fucked over. If you engage in the same behavior, don't tell me I never told you. What type of war you typing on Twitter, you racist soldier? You be looking back in the waste of a life. When you get older, I won't be looking back in the waste of a mic. I'm getting colder. Got a barbell with the weight of the world across my shoulders. Barbell with the weight of existence across my shoulders. Barbell with the weight of the country across my shoulders. Ah fuck, I can't take it anymore. A bad sleep, don't wanna wake up anymore. A bad year, I keep dreaming of the door. I meditate with tears streaming to the floor. Ah fuck, I can't take it anymore. A bad sleep, don't wanna wake up anymore. A bad year, I keep dreaming of the door. I meditate. I was born on St. Bridget's Day, that's the first day of spring. That's the halfway point to the equinox, the birthday of kings. Feeling baggies like some X-Works, now let that sink in. I was flat out on the Xbox till I heard the phone sing. It's my 36th revolution round the sun on this earth. I left my fear back at 30 cause we all die in the dirt. I hope last year it was worth it cause fucking hell I was hurt. All this scar tissue looking like Benjamin Button at birth. I was cursed from the first to the first. Whole year was dark like a hearse. Whole year was marked like a curse of page or a part of a verse. Holding my cards close to my heart like a church. Holding my songs close to my soul like a church. Close to my goal living first. Close to my reason for living. Close to my purpose for birth. Most of these heathens are bringing only just sadness on earth. Only just sadness. My mind spins from all the madness. I turn on the television, nightly rundown of all the badness. Ah fuck, I can't take it anymore. A bad sleep, don't wanna wake up anymore. A bad year, I keep dreaming of the door. I meditate with tears streaming to the floor. Ah fuck, I can't take it anymore. A bad sleep, don't wanna wake up anymore. Bad year, I keep dreaming of the door. I meditate with tears streaming to the floor. Oh, there he goes again. Talk about the system, talk about religion, talking like it's wisdom, talking to whoever in heaven is there to listen. Well, heaven knows I've been through hell, that's where the ink of my pen glistens. Heaven knows I've been through hell, that's where the ink of my pen glistens. Heaven knows I've been through hell, that's where the ink of my pen glistens. Hey, Mason Cartoon on the sax. Add him up on Instagram. He's a lovely fella. Look at him there. Cool. This song's called Under the Weather. Yeah, welcome to the Trinity Festival. You having fun so far? I mean, you didn't have much to do there. You're just kind of chilling.
Just vibing, bro. You get
just
me?
vibing out. Yeah, the song's called Under the Weather. Maybe we're just looking for something under the weather. Cause the part of me gets hungry, my demons are on the welfare. All my friends are lonely, we're still dying with no healthcare. Hey, chopping screw there. I was in the kitchen when you told me. I was in Vancouver when you phoned me. Alright, songs like old obituaries, but that might be the old me. I think that's the old me. Hey. And maybe this is a symbol of the way things are. I'm scraping pennies just to pay the road tax on my car. And the housing markets have gone through the roof. My one-bedroom apartment on the edge of town is proof that the way things are going is fucked up. The rich are getting richer and it doesn't look good. You wanna take a look at the suicide rates in my hood? The answer you can't find in a bottle book is our Bible. I was on the late night dial-up, asking G's for answers to the keys to survival. Might just have to call me when you find them. They're buried in the couch or in my mind, love. I was on a seeking you shall find buzz. I was in the kitchen when you told me. I was in Vancouver when you phoned me. Alright, songs like gold obituaries, but that might be the old me. I think that's the old me. Hey, that was perfect. I was at your funeral, I was in the cubicle. I was there when you were young, laid out looking beautiful. You were born on silver spoon, oh yeah. You were born so beautiful, oh yeah. All the leaves are falling and summer leads into autumn. Call it the world is on us, pick our brains up from the bottom, oh yeah. Dublin city rains in my soul. It's a fucking savage feeling to come home. Savagery that they all had to leave their homes, but it's a fucking savage feeling to come home. Maybe we just don't belong. But I was at your funeral, I was in the cubicle, oh yeah, yeah. I was there when you were young, you were there when I was born, oh yeah. I was at your funeral, your mom was on the pew with me. Oh yeah, yeah. I saw you at the funeral. Maybe it's not news to you, but I'll be leaving soon. Molly Sterling on the vocals.
Swimming pools the size of grief, I stare at oceans now to make it seem as if the leaves would be small things, not symbolizing orange rage at others growing, moving, absolving pain, while I am stuck here visualizing all the signs I failed to notice.
I was at your funeral, I was in the cubicle, oh yeah, yeah. I was there when you were young, you were there when I was born, oh yeah, yeah. I was at your funeral, your mom was on the pew with me, oh yeah, yeah. I saw you at the funeral, maybe it's not news to you, but I'll be leaving soon. All the leaves are falling, the summer leads into autumn. Call it the world is on us, pick our brains up from the bottom. All the leaves are falling, the summer leads into autumn. Call it the world is on us, pick our brains up from the bottom. All the leaves are falling, the summer leads into autumn. Call it the world is on us, pick our brains up from the bottom. All the leaves are falling, the summer leads into autumn. Call it the world is on us, pick our brains up from the bottom. All the leaves are falling, the summer leads into autumn. Call it the world is on us, pick our brains up from the bottom. All the leaves are falling, the summer leads into autumn. Call it the world is on us, pick our brains up from the bottom. All the leaves are falling, the summer leads into autumn. Call it the world is on us, pick our brains up from the bottom. All the leaves are falling, the summer leads into autumn. Call it the world is on us, pick our brains up from the bottom. But I was at your funeral, I was in the cubicle, oh yeah, yeah. I was there when you were young, you were there when I was born, oh yeah, yeah. I was at your funeral, your mom was on the pew with me, oh yeah, yeah. I saw you at the funeral, maybe it's not news to you, but I'll be leaving soon. Cheers.
As we unfortunately all remember, in March 2020, practically every service in Ireland shut, including this college. Not only were students forced to grapple with an all-online lecture environment, but societies were forced to move online as well. Societies in Trinity are an amazing way to meet new people and explore common interests, and there's over 120 of them on campus. Unable to hold their usual in-person events, societies not only adapted to the new COVID-19 all-online world, but provided an excellent avenue for students to socialise in such isolating times. We spoke to the former chair of DU Players and former secretary of the Central Societies Committee, Ultan Pringle, about not only running a society during the pandemic, but also how we saw other societies adapt to this strange new world. Ultan told us about the importance of Players and its events and the impact it had on their attendees.
Like, you know, we were trying to bring something that we were all stuck in our bedrooms, especially from last March to last June. That was the phrase we found Players were really relevant of, like, everyone is really struggling right now. So we can try and bring some structure and some light and some chance and hope of community to people. And that carried on into this year then as well. We went into lockdown 2 and the never ending lockdown 3. So I found that really powerful. I thought that was really wonderful. Like, to see people, we would run a lot of events and Players. I know all the other societies did, all 130 of them. And sometimes you'd only have 2 or 3 people at them, but those 2 or 3 people needed to be there, or else they were sitting in their room not doing anything. And this is I'll shut up after this one. But we had one guy in Players, a lovely fella who would come to stuff, and I remember he would never speak. And I asked him, this was about like last October, I asked him once, called him out on a call, shouldn't have. I was like, why do you never speak? Why are you so shy? And he was like, oh, I live alone. I moved up to Dublin and I live alone. So I just come to the events and leave them on, like the radio in the background, to make me feel less alone, so that I can hear people talking. It makes me feel like, okay, there's other people in the house. So that was, for me, was like, okay, this is what society's brought this year to people.
As Secretary of the Central Societies Committee during the 2021 academic year, the body who oversees societies in Trinity College, Ultan was also well placed to comment on how societies in general handled the new all-online environment.
I think overall, brilliantly. I think we saw a lot in the CSC. We took our job this year of being like, okay, how can we support societies? So we would often have town hall meetings where we'd be like, tell us what you need. And they'd be like, just had laundry lists of demands of like, this is what we need to make it work. And it really worked. Like, you look at like gamers, the Gamer Society had their best year ever because they were so prepped. When a pandemic came, the gamers were like, okay, like, hold my handbag, here we go. They knew exactly what to do. You saw societies like the Korean Society had a wonderful year, the French Society, like I think Suez had a wonderful year, Flack had a wonderful year, the Film the Hess, everyone kind of came together and we were like, okay, we're going to make this work. Like Lost Sock as well have had, I don't know how many guests, like they're on the emails to agents every day, I'd say, trying to get guests. But like, it really has been, if you look at that social media channels for all the societies, they have really fought back hard. And it's not just coffee mornings, although we all love a Zoom coffee morning. There's a lot happening. Like, I know like Food and Drink did like, they would publish recipes and they'd be like, okay, on this Thursday night, we're going to cook pancakes. Here's a recipe, go get your ingredients and we'll have a cook along over Zoom and stuff like that. We really did fight back. Like, I know gamers ran, I think it was an 8-week-long D&D campaign that just never ended, that just ran, I think, for the entirety of Michaelmas term. And that's what the pandemic afforded us. So I think it was a challenging year, but a very worthwhile one.
On the back of excellent praise from Ultan, we reached out to DU Gamers and spoke to them about running the society during lockdown. We spoke to Tara and Connor about how their society had one of their most successful years in recent memory.
So over the summer, we talked about it. We communicated, which is always good, but we managed to come to a really orderly decision, and we followed the format that we decided during the summer over the course of the rest of the year. And I'm being weirdly vague about what that format was, but the truth of the matter is, like, it wasn't a huge transition from what we normally do. We just moved it online because, like, there are online clients to play card games. There are online clients to play RPGs with. Board games, that was all good. We had more of an issue with war games, which was my section, but we did the best we could, and we had an attendee for every event, so we'll take it. We had a really, really good head GM, Sean, who basically orchestrated the entire thing. I was brought in at a later date because we had so many attendees that, like, we required additional GMs. Like, I remember at some point our signups near the beginning were well over 100 people. And Connie, you can correct me on this, but I believe by like the end of it, we had around 50 regular attendees every week.
Yeah, we were averaging just over 50 every Wednesday. we rely heavily on a kind of Discord server that actually got set up by one of our members about 2 or 3 years ago. So we kind of had, I guess, the framework set up, and then it was just about kind of reinforcing that structure, moving all our events kind of into that space, which was a bit of a challenge for some more so than others. Tara got hit pretty bad with war games, but like Dungeons and Dragons, stuff that normally would be like over a table, just talking with friends.
Our community is solid. Connor was telling me before the meeting, we consistently managed to run 90 events over the course of the past year, and every single one of those events had attendees during it. Our community is strong. We're here, and the end of the pandemic is going to make us stronger, if anything.
We normally have a society room. We share the bunker. We're very attached to it. But with that kind of absence, we started doing a weekly coffee hours with committee, just to kind of keep a social spirit alive for like the society, for the community. And that's been a huge success for us. It's something I kind of especially want to keep going, especially when we're not sure when we might get our society room back, when we might be able to play games in person again. We just have to kind of err on the side of caution, but like we will absolutely be still going full steam ahead, kind of no matter what.
Of a normal year, House 6 behind me is seen as somewhat of a society hub, home to dozens of societies and the CSC itself. This year, however, with the all-online COVID-19 environment, it really showed the ingenuity of Trinity students, and many committees had hugely successful years without ever setting foot in their committee room. COVID-19 meant that societies played an even more important part than usual, allowed students to explore their common interests, and ensured that we remained connected as ever, even though oftentimes we were never more apart.
The next one is called From Grace, old but gold. Haven't done this in ages, so yeah, I'm gonna invite my man Matthew Harris back on stage with me. Let's go.
Each one of us has to make up his or her own mind on this, and we're not trying to influence anyone. But you can use your knowledge with responsibility and real love, or you can use it wantonly and with mere animal appetite.
Let's go. Okay. Honeycomb heart, that shit was so sweet. Called her sugar, watch her lover. Rot your teeth, tease me with a smile and a grin. Teaspoon of wine, that's a sin, but I'm a heretic, so let me in. Don't leave soon, it's about to begin. Heaven's sick cause they dropped an angel without a wing. Malevolent eyes drop the clothes with the wink. Evident time stopped, red rose with the drink. Two bodies, no bodies on my mind. Embodies, grab the chain, feel the pain, do the crime. Colonize my heart and make it into an empire. Realize time apart, that only caused the hellfire. Cause I was burning, yearning, I must. Thought I was learning, but I was just craving. That lust had me returning, determined to trust. See, my patience grew thin, but it was hard to think. Pressed against her skin, chase her fragrance down your shoulder. Cha-cha-cheer in your tin. Hasten Hades till I'm old, I latch the fear till I win. I don't need your love, don't need the hardship. No more, no. I don't need your love to see me through. No. I don't need your love, don't need the hardship. No, I don't need it no more. And I don't need your love to see me through. Now listen, yeah. Sewn to this bed like the tick on my jumper. Watch as I've grown to a man but can't pick my own lover. Draw my feelings in but she had the rubber. Discover that lover there's other brothers. Then I think, hit the sink, then I cover. Loss of empathy, no joy. Corrupt mind as a lover boy. I fade, rebellious sax. Thought I was making tracks, but the only tracks I made was the ones on the page. Share my feelings, my demons on the pillow, inches apart. Crazed I was kneeling, feeling another start while she was feeling another's heart, unbeknownst to me. While I was sitting, wishing, waiting, she was craving time apart. I know you can't read minds, but you can't read texts, so I let the listeners do the rest. Hey, I don't need your love, don't need the hardship. No more, no, no. I don't need your love to see me through, yeah. No, 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 no. I don't need your love, don't need the hardship. No, I don't need it no more. I don't need your love to see me through, yeah. She took advantage of my kindness, said I love you, but I think she was taking the piss. Mistook it for a second, I was taking a risk. Shook left me back and she was faking the bliss. Cause I wish I had a second chance, just a remedy. I wish I could kick back the way she danced, just a memory. Enhanced the first glance I fell, left in a trance, some sort of lovesick spell. Cause I'm wishing, left my mind in a prison. If she ain't lying, she ain't living. Caught her crying, caught her sinning. Now at times I'm sipping wine and I'm reminiscing. Hey, hey, we reminisce. Shit. Okay, we reminisce. Yeah, yeah.
This one is called Less Than a Week.
You think you're a magician, but you're not, convincing many in the crowd. And if I hear another lesson, well, I'll shut your mouth, cause you talk too loud. But I'll be gone in less than a week, then I'll be fine, then I'll be fine. I'll be gone in less than a week, then I'll be fine, then I'll be fine. Less than a week. If you give me the word, then I won't leave. Fill up a weekend of it, weekend of it all. Fill up a weekend of it. Fill up a weekend of it, weekend of it all. Fill up a weekend of it. Fill up a weekend of it, weekend of it all. Fill up a weekend of it.
All right, this next song is called Forest. And it's with my friend Morgana McIntyre. And we're about to smash it here. So, let's go.
Friends, they are counting the cases. I haven't felt right in ages. I know he's fucked up by now, we'd be clear. For neither things you can go in a year. I know he's suffered, I go through phases. I haven't felt right in ages.
I I hit the forest with the little man, talking for the first time. We're walking through the woods, the lovely gift of nature feels divine. I feel like everything has just come good, like all this pain has happened for a reason. Human beings, they come and go just like the seasons. Gratitude in the face of all disaster is the key. I just spent 10 years with my wife, we had to go our separate ways. I feel ashamed I couldn't save the day. Forgiveness for myself is all I gained from 2020. Love and friendship in abundance, I got plenty sisters, many brothers, many more I fell in love with. Times I feel the pull of all the stars that light the way above us. At times I feel the pull of all the stars that light the way above us. But I have many brothers in the earth, they'll never smoke another gram, never see their mother's love or shake a caring father's hand, never reach the ocean and gaze upon it broken open. Makes me think of all the art, the Dublin poems that left unspoken. And man, I feel my sister's pain, world is them in twisted chains. All the fucking wrongs, abuse and murder done in Jesus' name. The Holy Father, painted white and gendered male, it's all just karma in the end. No crosses, nails, it's just pretend. But all that's real is truth and light right at the end. I spent the winter to and froing with my friends, and all that's real is truth and light right at the end.
I wanna take you to all of my places, let me in and stay kind to the paces. Call up my friends, stay up kind in the cases. I haven't felt right in ages. I know you thought that by now we'd be clear. Funny the lengths you can go in a year. I know you suffer, I go through phases. I haven't felt right in ages.
Sometimes I cry just like a baby, smoking rollies thinking heaven maybe save me in my focus, driving crazy, broke as fuck. I spent it all on rent and bills for me and Jakey, sipping Bailey, smoking blunts and getting wavy. Had the worst year of my life, sometimes I wonder how I struggle through the nights, never running for the knife. Not saying suicide is wrong for all my friends that took their life. Just have to think about your mom, your cousin Porrick packing bombs up in his bedroom. Meditation changed his life, try to focus on the light. I swear there's magic on this planet, wake up early for it's bright. Lace the Air Max and go running for my life. I swear this day's the right song hits and since I'm close to taking flight. I swear to Jesus, people think that God is gonna come and save us. She's never coming, if I was her I'd burn us all like sages. Little devils wrapped in skin and bone, we murdered through the ages. Dark and dangerous hatred rages, up with your uncle posting homophobic posts, or in direct provision, treating all these human beings like ghosts. Or to our sisters who we left to carry all our pain and hope, locked up in the baby homes, the hearts just yearning to elope. Evil priests and politicians building fucked up sexist systems full of sadomasochism, forcing babies into prison. God was real, they didn't listen. Give me strength to find the wisdom. I got days where I got vision, I got others where I scream into the distance. No one listens. Days where I got vision, keep on screaming till it echoes in the distance. No one listens. I got days where I got vision, I got brothers in the system, keep on screaming till it echoes in the distance, but no one listens.
Gonna play a song from my album Personal History now. It's called Loyal. Ooh.
You talk like a historian, but your evidence is paper thin. Remember all the mistakes I made when we were just kids. Maybe I was heartless then, didn't even notice when your face fell as I sang out to the room about this whole story that was in ruins. But I am loyal, I am loyal, I am loyal to you. change for you, but I never do in any fundamental way. I am just a strain, so let's become as strange. You can run away, I can stay. You can run away, I will stray. But I am loyal, I am loyal, I am loyal to you. I want you somewhere in my life, in the corner of my room, or under my bed, a box full of you that I'll never lose. I want you somewhere in my life, in the corner of my room, or under my bed, a box full of you that I'll never lose. I want you, I want you, I want you. Ooh, I want you, I want you, I want you. And I'll never lose you.
I'm gonna play a new song next called Bloom. It's from the album I'm working on now. Very exciting, but no one will hear it for a long, long time. Met you in the bathroom queue. Thought that I'd seen you before, singing songs that I thought that I knew, but I guess I was wrong. You were so rootless then, and it seemed romantic, but I guess that we all have to learn. I guess that we all have to learn to bloom where we're planted, bloom where we're planted. I could still want you. I could still want you, but my heart's not in it. The last time I saw you, we were standing in a crowd, pills and cold water curing your hangover. Wonder how you're doing now. And we were so reckless then, and it all felt tragic, but I guess that we all have to learn. I guess that we all have to learn to bloom where we're planted. Take love where it's high. I could still want you. I could still want you, but my heart's not off the mat again for just a few months, till I can't cope again, till I'm unraveling. There's got to be another way to feel. Seems to come easy to you, but it evades me still. You soften the descent to long talks and self-improvement, 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 self-improvement. It must be hard to see me so down. You come home from work and I'm just lying on the couch. Like, can't you pull me out? But you can't help if I don't take advice, even if that's as easy as to try. I'd rather lash out than cry. You soften the descent to long talks and self-improvement, 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 self-improvement. When you close your eyes, I wanna fall inside. When you close your eyes, I'll be alright. When you close your eyes, I spent my 20s trying to accept these vulnerabilities. Don't make me weak. I spent my 20s trying to accept these vulnerabilities. Don't make me weak. Self-improvement, 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 self-improvement. Thank you.
She's coming up from Skibbereen, eyes of salt and hair to drown in, an island I have never seen. She is her world to move around in. She's my teacher, and this a lesson So I'll listen and recall the shape your chest made as you hovered. Clouds over water, the crest of every wave of pleasure. White horses to the slaughter, take me riding. It's my birthday and the mountains look like home. Sign of Mary, rough idol on the skyline, and your gentleness sustains me. In tears and in peacetime I go diving. You stand watching the curve of the southern moon, casting off the cape you're wearing. On the first night that you kissed me, later in the dark you're swearing. I've never felt so pretty, spirits peeling like a new bell. Your love's like coming home. I'm half immune to your white moon skin, half immune to your black calf eyes, half immune and half sunken. By some miracle you're sitting in that second floor bedroom. You're singing us to sleep and fingers curling the new womb. I could have died there, it was so simple. 6 lungs around one breath. As the steeple rings in Sunday, we move in morning prayer. Later on you introduce me as the girl who plats your hair. Spirits dying like a death knell, kissing goodbye to our home. I'm half immune to your white moon skin, half immune to your black calf eyes, half immune, half sunken.
Well, we hope everyone's doing all right at home. It's a shame we can't have you with us this year. We played 2 years ago, just over in that square over there, and now we're doing it here again, so it's nice to be here. And this next one is Tattoos. It's going to be our next single.
Your friends don't think much of us, no. Oh, honey, I'll be honest, we just came to drown our bad luck. She don't buy my shit, 'cause I've been burning holes across the room just to catch a breeze, just to catch a glimpse of the new kid. If I make it through to the weekend. Oh, don't stop drawing tattoos of my arms, 'cause I've been thinking all night, all night. Only questions that last to get you thinking, oh, maybe this could be the start. Oh, don't you stop. In the pizza boy, oh, he wrecked our fun. Oh, the other night, oh, joy. And I was getting started. Oh, he sure knows how to crash a party. And now the morning sings things, and you seem to like the space you found. And now the morning sings, do all the good things really have to end? Yeah, we should talk again. Oh, don't stop drawing tattoos of my arms, 'cause I've been thinking all night, all night, only questions of lies to get you thinking. Maybe this could be the start of something. No, don't drop me, these paper dreams never really get too far. I've been thinking on the questions of lies.
Should I? One. Alright, okay.
I've always been my only problem. I'll meet you at the lonely bottom. I miss you like the leaves in autumn. Stop thinking about me, start fighting for me. I've always been my only problem. I'll meet you at the lonely bottom. I miss you like the leaves in autumn. Stop thinking about me, start fighting.
Well, I got dreams you wrapped around me, heavy head like a turban, but I'm steady, determined to go this road alone. I seek the higher learning, keep the fires burning, cause it's knowledge at all costs. I'm yearning for the things that my heart lost. I know they dreamed in black and green and all the scenes they feel like the 90s. Bury me in the field in Clonsilla and me Air Max 90s. We were in the gaff with nothing on but 2FM. Now you're immortalized in song, just you and him. You can't get lost love back. Once it's gone forever. You can't get lost trust back. Once you're wrong forever. I'm wading through this grief, it's deep and dark just like the weather. It's hard to accept the truth when only lies you've heard forever. You can't get lost love back. Once it's gone forever. You can't get lost trust back. Once you're wrong forever. I'm wading through this grief, it's deep and dark just like the weather. It's hard to accept the truth when only lies you've heard forever. Ay.
I've always been my only problem. I'll meet you at the lonely bottom. I miss you like the leaves in autumn. Stop thinking about me, start fighting for me. I've always been my only problem. I'll meet you at the lonely bottom. I miss you like the leaves in autumn.
My brother Genova from New Sense, get it in.
Inclined to live, my life inside his head. Tendencies are crawling down the walls, my fingers bled. I'm trying to get to bed, my motivation dead. Stomach heavy, feeling like they fill me up with lead. I chuck the roaches on the shed, hiding my addiction. Been out here chasing music, and this been my decision. I'm stressing where they listen. Target practice critics like this, the right conditions, but incorrect prediction. So uphold your sitting till they put you in your position. My inquisition list and put these people in submission. Their minds don't craft the vision, they just stuck on stupid bitching. We brilliance in existence, plus our rhymes produce the sickness caused by splitting atoms, aftermath of the collapse. My synapses like a capsule of my feelings, I'm relaxed, burning on the pack. It's nothing that I lack, the gift of being black. We seen some shit and made a bag.
I've always been my only problem. I'll meet you at the lonely bottom. I miss you like the leaves in autumn. Stop thinking about me, start fighting for me. I've always been my only problem. I'll meet you at the lonely bottom. I miss you like the leaves in autumn. Stop thinking about me, start fighting for me.
Hey, thank you very much.
we didn't mess that one up at all. We got that one first time with 0 feedback.
Let's give it a whack. Let's go. Spitting blood, I'm sick of love, this liquor's rough. I've had enough, I'm done with trust, I doubled up. The trouble young, I'm troublesome, my trouble runs. Baby bells and bubblegum, my baby bells with brothers run. Spitting blood, I'm sick of love, this liquor's rough. I've had enough, I'm done with trust, I doubled up. The trouble young, I'm troublesome, my trouble runs. Baby bells and bubblegum, my baby bells with brothers run. To tell you the truth, I'm obtuse, she act cute, but mind you, take it from a different angle. A white tooth doesn't always mean a smart through the blind truth. Ignorance is bliss, well I'm blissfully ignorant. Act a child, then you miss what you were living in. Acting all intimate, I wasn't your man, just a participant. Rolling joints in the hand while she's fiddling his ligaments. Vigilant, trying to read her, but I was illiterate. She made me need her, like I was impotent. In a sense where common sense was on the fence and she was off the wall. Double denim rocking Vans, it was all mad. Had her Alice in Wonderland with another man. She was hearing wedding bands while I was hearing other plans. I need a second hand to feel like I'm a part of something. Partly running to your mind. Now I'm paralyzed, a pair of eyes I've memorized just to find out I was blind. Now I'm spitting blood, I'm sick of love, this liquor's rough. I've had enough, I'm done with trust, I doubled up. The trouble's young, I'm troublesome, my trouble runs. Baby bells on bubblegum, my baby bells with brothers run. Spitting blood, I'm sick of love, this liquor's rough. I've had enough, I'm done with trust, I doubled up. The trouble's young, I'm troublesome, my trouble runs. Baby bells and bubblegum, my baby bells with brothers run. Missalettes and cigarettes, my sister stressed, cause I never text. Perplexed, what's next? Had my belly wrecked, as my belly pressed against her chest. I could smell the cedar amongst her breath. Regretted every step, practicing safe sex had me strapping in my belt. I saw hickeys on her neck, I would melt between her fingers. As it hits me, I don't let it, so I ring her. Know it's risky, but I told her that I need her. Choke my words like whiskey by the leader, I just need her. Or at least I need it. Planted roots without a seedling, staring, tearing, caring thoughts upon the ceiling. Upon concealing, I was dreaming in heathens of purgatory. Heard the story, but don't adore me. This love has torn me and torn me from friends and ends. I pressed the pen till I'm independent. My pendants, I was dependent, but then again, I was to heaven from heaven into the arms of depression. No question, I was stressing obsessions. I've learned my lessons. Guess next time I'm bit, I should spit out the venom. Spitting blood, I'm sick of love, this liquor's rough. I've had enough, I'm done with trust, I doubled up. The trouble's young, I'm troublesome, my trouble runs. Baby bells and bubblegum, my baby bells and brothers run. Spitting blood, I'm sick of love, this liquor's rough. I've had enough, I'm done with trust, I doubled up. The trouble's young, I'm troublesome, my trouble runs. Baby bells and bubblegum, my baby bells and brothers run. Woo. Yes sir, I'd like to introduce my man, my bro, Matthew Harris.
And when the blood stops, there's a quickening, a sickening thought as you lingering. And now you're tongue-tied, with your eyes wide. You never thought you'd hit you on your blind side. And when the blood stops, there's a quickening, a sickening thought as you lingering. And now you're tongue-tied, with your eyes wide. You never thought you'd hit you on your blind side. And when the blood stops, there's a quickening, a sickening thought as you lingering. Now you're tongue-tied, your eyes wide. Never thought you'd hit you on your blind side. And now the blood stops, there's a quickening, a sickening thought as you lingering. And now you're tongue-tied, your eyes wide. Never thought you'd hit you on your blind side. Woo. Yeah. I've shown them me. Now all this silence, no, 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 and I won't hear from them me. Surrounded, we are stranded in green, with the darkest thing I've ever seen. On those crazy, lazy weekends, baby, a boy who's bleeding at the knee, bleeding at the knee. And it keeps me up, it keeps me up, and I won't sleep a wink until you keep me up. No. It keeps me up, it keeps me up, and I won't sleep a wink until you keep me up, Surrounded, we are stranded in green, with the darkest thing I've ever seen. On those crazy, lazy weekends, baby, a boy who's bleeding at the knee. Surrounded, we are stranded in green, with the darkest thing I've ever seen. On those crazy, lazy weekends, baby, a boy who's bleeding at the knee, bleeding at the knee.
Love, don't you feel so, love, don't you feel so used? You fell a fool to some heavy eyes, some eyes in late June. And I don't blame you with this Venus smile trap pulled by. He left you beat up, bruised like bottom feeders do. It's on you. How we tasted, so you'd stay away. You knew how we talked of feeling lost before you were consumed. Is it too late to say I told you? Lovers lose friends and now you know. Is it too late to get you to use your head? Guess it's monsoon season, 'cause you're back. Paradise, a parasite comes back to take your place. So pack your things, he's grown up, he said she knows love. Get on your way and learn to leave your head at the door. If you decide to too late to say I told you? Lovers lose friends and now you know. Is it too late to get you to use your head? Guess it's monsoon season 'cause you're back in his bed, in his bed, in his bed.
I hope you're having a whiskey in your pajamas virtual Trinity Fest watching us. Hello to everyone in the future.
Is it too late to say I told you? Lovers lose friends and now you know. Is it too late to get you to use your head? I guess it's monsoon season 'cause you're back in his bed, in his bed, in his bed. You're back in his bed, in his bed, in his bed. Is it too late to say I told you? Lovers lose friends and now you know. Is it too late to get you to use your head? Just a moment in the jungle and you're back in his bed. Settle down on the grass on the sunny side. Do you believe a word I say? Have I gone and done it this time? We could fish for truth or shoot the breeze. Woman, you decide. The world stands still for a moment, weightless on the shoulders. Let the light invade the corners of your eyes as it slips through the sides of your love heart shades. For the first time in a fortnight, I feel at ease as you talk to me. And all you really need for a good life is a ticket for the ferry and your free time. So we could find a place for the roller home, where the rocks meet the water and we're telling tall stories. And we dissipate from the everyday, and the old town's calling now, so don't make a wave. Like the Moxie girls, we'll learn to roll on the street light stands. You love that old romance, and I like the way you're talking, but you talk no sense for it all. So we could find a place for the roller home, where the rocks meet the water and we're telling tall stories. We dissipate from the mundane days, and the old town's calling now, so let's slip away. And the old town's calling now, so don't make a wave.
Although the move to an all-online world was enormously disruptive for both students and societies, as we covered earlier in our piece, it was also an extremely challenging time for the staff of Trinity, both teaching and non-teaching. Trinity moved online about 13 months ago, and for the vast majority of students has remained online ever since. However, although it was an extremely challenging time for staff, it has really shown how they can come together and do whatever they can to help students. We spoke to a number of staff around the college, lecturers and services, to ask them how the pandemic has been for them, what they've been doing for students and what their outlook is for the future. We spoke to Professor Neville Cox from the law school, who recalled that it was extremely difficult at the beginning, but commented how amazed he was at the ingenuity of students and how quickly they adapted.
I'm really proud of, in a non-patronising way, I'm really proud of our students for just the resilience that they've shown and the effort they put in terms of class participation and in terms of just getting on with life. It's been amazing. You know, we regard our law school and Trinity as a community, and not just a sort of, you go into class, you learn stuff, and there's teachers and there's students, and that's the end of it. Like, it's a community of people who are pursuing truth and knowledge together, and communities really do need face-to-face interaction in order to engage. So, you know, it's been okay, and we've worked very hard at it, but it's just been sad, really, that so much is missing. It's been great. I've been invited to take part in a number of events organised by the society. So the one that you mentioned was a mock trial murder mystery event organised by players and the Law Soc together. And I remember when I was asked to get involved, I mean, I responded and said, look, this is the best idea I've ever heard. This is going to be, and I was just delighted by it and thought, I've just no idea how this is going to work. But it was brilliant. Like, the students from players and from the Law Soc were just fantastic and threw themselves wholeheartedly into it. And I was one of the judges, and my dear friend, Professor Nick Johnson, who's just epic, from Creative Arts, was the other. It was just hysterical. The first is, I am absolutely convinced that technology does not replace face-to-face interaction. Absolutely convinced. I think we'll go back into lecture theatres and just count our blessings and never take for granted again the joy of actually talking to a group of people. At its best, use of technology, recorded lectures or whatever, is really good in terms of enhancing accessibility for students with disabilities or whatever. I think there's real benefits there. So I would like, for myself, I'd like to be back in the classroom, engaging with students in a face-to-face situation. But I'd also like to I'd like to use some of the learnings that I've had in relation to technology just to enhance what I do next year. I think it's possible, but it certainly can't replace it, you know.
Professor Anya Kelly shared a similar view of how impressed she was with the students' ability to adapt. Coming from the School of Medicine, she was also uniquely placed to see the effort of student healthcare workers and how they were so important in helping the country tackle COVID-19.
Well, I think it's really difficult for everybody, staff and students, and we're especially aware of how hard it's been for the students. And I suppose I haven't, in one way I haven't been surprised, because I know how brilliant our students are, but just how resilient the students have been, and you know how overall they've just got on with it. And you know, obviously it's been a difficult time, and it's been very isolating for some students. So I mean, the science students, to an extent, we've been very lucky to be able to offer science students an on-campus experience, you know, where we were able to get the students in for lab classes, and, you know, especially for the first years, you know, who wouldn't have had that kind of on-campus experience otherwise. That's been brilliant. I mean, we've had to make loads of modifications. We've had to reduce the hours. A typical lab class would be 3 hours. Now we have it as 2 hours maximum. You know, everything's socially distanced. Usually, you know, students buddy up and they have a lab partner, and now people are working by themselves, you know, which there's pros and cons to that, I think. But, you know, it's just been great even to give that kind of experience to students. I mean, they've coped remarkably well, because it's been such a you know, students were on the front line and plunged into things like, you know, last March, last April, and you saw, you know, not just in Trinity, but in a number of the other universities, you know, making sure that the final year students were able to do their exams and, you know, get through and get qualified to go in and to be there, you know, kind of helping on the front line. And, you know, and it's the same for, you know, our nursing and midwifery students, or any students who are, you know, working sort of on the front line in the health sector. So again, it just shows how brilliant, how dedicated, how resilient the students are, and how, you know, we're so proud that you know, they've been able to step up and play their part in what's been such a strange time for the country, you know, and such a time of crisis. So we're really, really proud of all of our students. Lessons learned, and so many, you know, positives and negatives, and we have to think about how we're going to, you know, incorporate the things we've learned into the future, because I can't see us ever going back to the way we were fully. You know, we've sort of been forced to take a big leap forward in online education, you know, and we would not want to be fully online. We're not an online university. I mean, being on campus and being face to face and having those kinds of experiences is key, you know, to the Trinity experience. But there are lessons that we can learn from, you know, blended learning or having some elements online, as well as obviously having, you know, a significant amount of face-to-face teaching, because what we'll do is we'll really seriously take into account all of the feedback that we're getting from students. So one of the things that the students seem to like is having the recorded lectures, you know, being able to view them again. Also things like open book exams. You know, there's a huge amount to be said for having open book exams, and maybe that's something that we can look at into the future as well. So I think we have to have a good sort of period of reflection and, you know, talking to people, getting this student feedback, and figuring out how we can take the positives forward into the future. We're all about trying to provide the best education we can for the students, as well as the best sort of personal experience. So let's use the lessons that we've learned to do that into the future.
Dr. Graham Murdoch from the School of History echoed similar thoughts and praised the students' honesty during such a tough time, as well as ending on a note of hope.
I mean, I think sometimes students underestimate the impact that they make on those of us who are here with responsibilities to teach, and the encouragement that they bring. And I think I'd maybe separate out, you know, I'd say one word that comes to mind actually is honesty. So I think that a lot of students have been very honest about the difficulties that they've been experiencing, and have had, you know, open discussions about those. And that's been really helpful, I guess, for us as well as for them to understand exactly, you know, what has been happening. And when you're limited only to talking to people through, you know, a Zoom screen, you know, to have people have that willingness to be honest and open when they've been having difficulties, as well as it were to celebrate times when things are going well. I think that has been a real feature of this year. I mean, there's all sorts of things that I take away, and you could give all sorts of answers to that. Some of them would be very pragmatic about how to use IT better and so on, but I don't think those are worth talking about. So I would say, in a way, what I've learned from this year is that the key values that really matter, they have stood the test of this challenging time. Like the things that really matter, that why we're here as a college community, this odd community that comes together to kind of teach and learn and research and exchange ideas. Like the key values that underpin that, they have stood and withstood this challenge. And maybe even being optimistic, you know, those key values actually have emerged as being the things that we now know even more than we did before that really matter. And that's around kind of, you know, respecting each other's experience, and about valuing each other's contribution through this, and about being respectful about the challenges that people face, and supporting each other and learning from each other. And that's surely what a university community is supposed to be about. And in a sense, this has required us to focus in on the things that really matter. So I'm optimistic.
But it wasn't only the academic staff that came together to do their best for students. The Buttery, Trinity's much-loved on-campus restaurant and former subterranean pub, ran a special offer where all students could get half price on everything they bought in there if they paid with their student card. We spoke to Supervisor Yulia about the scheme and how it had gone down with students.
It was taking brilliantly. In the beginning, it was kind of a bit shock. People didn't expect it. And when, like, you know, you tell them, like, you know, instead of whatever, like €5, €6, they're paying like 2. So what? Are you serious? Like, you know, like. But then when everyone kind of pop up, like, you know, they were very happy and excited. For us, it's better. For students, it's better. We had interaction. So it was, I think it was a great idea and a great deal for everyone.
Although it was certainly one of the strangest years in Trinity's 4-century history, COVID-19 showed that our college community really can band together and do whatever they can to help each other out when the need arises. With a return to in-person teaching mooted for this coming September, we can only hope that this renewed sense of solidarity continues throughout next year and continues making this wonderful college a welcoming place for all.
Cara McGraw, store, I love you. Malaki, Koalanis, Ko Krogalish, Nale cry, Mavring, Oti, Gakia, Tortu, Anifa, get to treat on fulling, Song grew cause that the door team. I see a hummingbird beside you. She flies ahead and guides you away from the graves to the pavement where the light is, and you'll fight this at both hands. So swim, darling, swim. For me, where we've been, darling, means nothing at sea. Come at the Quivney, keen views by sheet name, look like a joke. Go gallus, go all and leather, hula, some go rabi, reinshell, river shore. Toshik falls, the crystal, they get to treat on fulling. Some grew cause at the door team. There is no spirit brighter than the song of the hummingbird. Tashi leshna sashin and shake on a there is no spirit brighter than the song of your hummingbird. Tashi leshna sashin and shake on roof. Swim, don't sink no further. No swim, don't sink no further. Swim, don't sink no further. No swim, don't sink no further. Swim, don't sink no further. No swim, don't sink no further. Swim, don't sink no further. No swim, don't sink. Swim, don't sink. Swim, darling, swim. For me, where we've been, darling, means nothing at sea. No spirit brighter than the song of your hummingbird. Tashi leshna salshin and shaglon rune wizard. There is no spirit brighter than the song of your hummingbird. Tashi leshna salshin and shaglon rune. spirit brighter than the song of your hummingbird. Toshi leshna sashani shaken root no assert. There is no spirit brighter than the song of your hummingbird. Toshi leshna sashani shaken root.
Tears you cry. I beg my mind, tears you cry. I beg my mind, tears you cry. I beg my mind, tears you cry. Skin, my whole skin is covered in scribbles like an old moleskin. My old king get tossed in the alley like an old bullpen. Soul twin, she put a saddle on you like the horse that I rode in. Voting for these narcissistic leaders we vote in. They promise us the stars while the ballot is open. I need to build a brand new mechanism for coping. The old one sailing through the planets, hoping find peace when it lands, but I hope you find peace. I hope your friends eat. I hope that they feast. I hope that you can avoid jail time. And that your canine lives to the age of 99. Let's go. I was in the back of the forecourse, just watch my life go off course. I've seen both sides of the law like iced tea. Used to hang out getting pissed on the porch with the boys like Mike C. The dress code was strictly dark thrones and black flags like Mike V. Scrapping dogs with our backs to the wall like Mike V. I've been mapping how they go with the flow like Tai Chi. This is me just painting pictures with pros or high key. Welcome to the 25th hour with Spike Lee. Are we living in the last of the system? We might be. The final days of capitalism look likely. Prophetic visions, nightmares and dreams come nightly. I must see you on the other side, baby, come find me. I beg my mind, tears you cry.
With the tears you cry.
I beg my mind, tears you cry.
With the tears you cry.
I beg my mind, tears you cry.
Yeah. With the tears you cry.
I beg my mind, tears you cry. Let's go.
If my mind and soul should speak about harsh beats, they'll tell me that these struggles have been bearing some cold streaks. The weather been so bleak, I'm dazed and lost in this calm sleep. Cover all my bases, touching strings with the rusty. Supreme of me to be, I bear the mark of a rare breed. Breathing with the breeze, the constant need of a clear stream. Or maybe just a second, cause these needs believing. Blessed to see the different seasons. Just cause I'm confined, it had me blind to the designer reaching in and out of lines. It makes no sense, I look at clouds above. When is it enough? I try to smoke some wood and show some love. Everything connected on a level based on frequency. Hate to be misled, I tread my trails, deserve some decency. The brother with his fist up like Ali. Chakras move like fractals when the energy godly. Just move on automatic, let these spirits just guide me. Narrative's been running through my mind, moving God's speed.
I beg my mind, tears you cry.
With the motherfucking tears you cry.
I beg my mind, tears you cry.
Yeah, with the tears you cry.
I beg my mind, tears you cry.
With the tears you cry.
I beg my mind, tears you cry.
Yeah, yeah.
I beg my mind, tears you cry.
Trinity Ball.
I beg my mind,
Trinity
tears
Fest.
you cry.
Trinity Fest.
I beg my mind, tears you cry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I beg my mind, tears you cry. Yeah.
It's called London Fields. Let's give it a whack. Yeah, okay. My fears come in threes and my regrets in a bike. Distrust at the knees, I go to small but I like. Wipe the crust off my knees, cause I was praying for that. Wait, lust with the sea, I'm not saying I'm sad. My fears come in threes and my regrets in a bike. Distrust at the knees, I go to small but I like. Wipe the crust off my knees, cause I was praying for that. Wait, lust with the sea, I'm not saying I'm sad. I'm saying I'm aware, despair that tears at the last bits as I grasp my hair, gasp and stare, erratic and scared. That kid's manic, what cares? Got his manners from parents, prepared for any quick-witted dope who don't respect how to cope, hung by the neck like a coat hanger, drum shakes the chest in a dope manner, but that don't matter if the pockets ain't fatter. Financial freedom with some brothers, I need them, but my pocket's been bleeding since I started leaving in the evenings. I just like dreaming and reading the poems that I used to have, the girls in the night grass, disturb as the light lasts, my herbs the night lasts, my white ass can't get out of bed, I might ask, will this last? Shit, am I just another dead ass? In life I'm feeling dead last. Yeah, I'm feeling dead last. Tap the bed ash from smokes that I used to have. I'm itching for decisions, but this dead ass is bed rash. Selfish, kind-hearted villain, selfless time started living. Self-rewind, mind spinning, a self-entitled clown in linen. But I never clown with women, it's the sounds I'm spinning. Nightgowns with rhythm, I might frown, get with it. Cause the happiest people are the saddest within them. Yeah, and that's just how I'm living. The ambience of joy without division. You know love just tears apart with each incision. Repetition, a lover boy's ambition. A somersault decision. My mother taught me wisdom. Some brothers thought they'd miss them. Recover love that's missing, but love just caused a schism. Shit, I guess that's just another for the list then. Back to fighting with myself. And now my fears come in threes, and my regrets in a bag. Distrust at the knees, I go to smile when I lag. Wipe the crust off my knees, cause I was praying for that. White lust with the sea, I'm not saying I'm sad. I'm not saying I'm sad.
I'm not saying I'm sad.
I'm not saying I'm sad. I'm not saying I'm sad. So the next one I'm going to be doing is called Dublin's Burning. It's a spoken word piece. It holds a very tight place in my heart. It's very close to my heart. I worked on it a lot last year, and it's only really kind of coming into fruition now. And it's also another single on the project that I'm talking about now. I'm going to give you guys a little taster of what it's like, just to kind of give you an idea of the project and the music it's going to be in it. But I'm happy to share it with you guys today, so let's give it a whack. We are the mass generation, disasters in the making, born naked and crying. 20 years on, it can't vacate my mind. They say the fines is the fine, but the fine is the men. Well, they obviously haven't seen me knock back a cider with 10. Pick a fight with a friend. We choose psilocybin to see how life can pretend. Who knew sitting in silence could decide that we're friends? Man, I need to reflect, cause my reflection of how I perceive myself is my perception of how I decrease my health. We wear slim jeans and a crease in the silk. Set aside these demons so you can feel like yourself. But a smile will only last until it feels like it helps. It doesn't. Behind this mask, these eyes have seen decisive plans through masters' greed, disguise emotions and false beliefs. To find these moments that I can breathe without the help of diazepine. Fall asleep, that's a fallacy. We choke and wheeze to agony, PTSD, depression, bipolar stress and anxiety. Tension, division, cause of profanity of the brain. Cause as a young man in this society, there's a side I don't display. A character portrayed, if you will, cause we're the mass generation. We wake up and pop a pill. The world is in your palms, but your hands are tied. Disturbed by dead-end jobs and quick highs. Extort a sense of pride for the snake guys, but I bet we'll never die. I can see your smile through the dimples out the side of your mask. Why don't you try showing how you truly react? We understand you're sad, but you can't live like that. But we're the mass generation, paint facades on our face inside the skies on a daily basis. Try to fight the skies of our own creation. Divisive mind decides our placement, yet we can never find our own traces. But speckles of our chasers always 2 steps behind. Man, that mask clings to your skin, you could lose yourself. But face that I've been blind since the day my school killed my creativity and the rules of my progression as a human. And you wonder why we thrive behind the movement. We're the mass generation, but not the last generation. Man, I'm just losing patience. They still ain't call me by my name, cause everything is changing when it's changed, but in the end I ain't felt the same since a brother heard my music in the pen. Man, that just proves that what you do with the pen can make a move in the end. We still claim innocence, but until we meet again, it's old habits in new places. My soul's damaged, I should face it. Instead I'm facing mirrors in old basements and gold payments. Mark initials on the road pavements. Don't forget about my known spaces that's adjacent to my health. Searching for an angle out the cards that I'm dealt. Few kings, one joker and a queen that broke you. But we don't carry smoke until the scene's dystopian. I've been searching for a Juliet, but I killed the Romeo. Reach the surface of despair as it fuels my forlorn and foes. I throw caution to the wind and questions to the sky, suppose. Running from yourself, I cut up with thoughts that grow from the roots of my existence. Fruits I haven't picked yet, deluder of my resistance, and the tunes that aren't written, we seem to mask our own opinion. Yeah, portray a character, a victim. Yeah, with the fictitious or within them, it whips vicious with the venom. Coursing through your veins, lips spitting. Where's your man? Well, of course he never came. He's forced into his pain. Portray a character, he's distorted, then displays a slight dimple. It's quite simple. But the rest is complex. It might trickle to find civil when you're lying on the steps. When you're lying on the steps. Lying on the steps. Lying on the steps. Yeah. Big smoke, rise in the distance. Conquer jungle with a smile, this is our existence. Cup of tea, stay a while, choose hardship over the path of least resistance. Heart sick, leaving time with no persistence. I'm perceiving, mother's leaving for the streets. Heart's even, can't sleep, but how could you want those kids even at your feet? New Reeboks complete the star, meanwhile state of mind is futile. Kettle's boy, come on and stay a while. Kettle's boy, come on and stay a while. See, the city gave him character, no pity from the barrister. Today's end, but hope you're not alone. His best friend, old pair of earphones. He would lose it when accompanied by the music. New perspective reflects his mood. Sometimes rejected, but winners lose. Kept his problems to his business. Wash him down with a pint of Guinness. Watch him let go. Tommy rumbles, only enough for a Freddo. He had dreams of a moth and got a butterfly. But butterflies die. What's the story? Not the plot. What's the love solidify? He's just living for a laugh. Couple thousand homeless up to looking for a gaff. And the day the changes, then my mom is his mom.
The changes, yes, they go too fast. Old faces and places through the hourglass and chances, romances in a distant land. Well, how we gonna get there? We've got blood on our hands.
Head as strong as the cobblestone, north of the Liffey. Mix of testosterone, breaking limbs for a laugh. I guess that was his funny bone. Should have spent more time in class and on the streets alone. I'm not rough, but I've seen it all. Scruff to the trouser cuff, sure enough he's in handcuffs. Sure I've seen it all. In the street lies an evil. What's the point since they grab the needle? In need of help, so I listen to the Beatles. Pride and camaraderie oozes on the DNA. Aside from our democracy, we seem to be okay. Hypocrisy is commonly a dreams which are stray. So I'll meet you for a pint and we'll talk another day.
And the changes, yes, they go too fast. Old faces and places through the hourglass, and the chance is romances in a distant land. Well, how we gonna get there? We've got blood on our hands.
Well, don't forgive me for my sins. At least I never had. The blasphemy begins when I was 8. Straight talker, young walkers are the last of me. Akin to a gentleman aside from all this medicine. What about religion? Promise of salvation, you are salvaging our children. Ravishing in riches, 50 years on and they're still laddered in stitches. Guess it's culturally appropriate to call you sorry for my language, a red one is the anguish I seek to indulge in. So speak man, you're living in Dublin. This is for the kids who never had you. There's mothers with a husband in the midst will vanish. They're living off nothing. They're living off nothing. Yo Matthew, how about that cup of tea? Sorry I missed your name, what was it? It's Malaki.
Yeah. All of the faces and places.
City gave him character. No pity from the barrister. Today's end. Hope you're not alone. See, the city gave him character. No pity from the barrister. Today's end. Hope you're not alone. Hope you're not alone. Hope you're not alone. Yeah. Hope you're not alone.
She needs the right one to come and take her. But through the neon in the dark, oh, better days. Don't you mind about these scars, 'cause they all scratch like paint on cars. Don't you mind about these scars, whoa, because they all scratch your way too. One more time won't break you. Don't you mind about these scars? Those late nights and long drives, just pretend it's alright for a little warm space. Those late nights and cold days, just pretend it's alright and hit the streets again. Yeah, don't you mind about these scars? They all scratch like paint on cars. Don't you mind about these scars? Whoa, 'cause they all scratch your way too. And one more time won't break you. Don't you mind about these scars?
Thank you.
Tell me, how did I get here? Some endless, pitiful affair. Drag my body upstairs and look in the bathroom mirror. Oh, I don't recognize myself. My God, look at the state of me. This is so embarrassing. Won't you take me home? 'Cause I need to forget everything if I stand a chance of beginning again. No more staring at the ceiling, of beginning again. No more staring at the ceiling. Last night was a shit show. I bet you're glad that you were there. I bruised my ankle and ego, but then again, why would you care? Oh, I don't recognize myself. My God, look at the state of me. This is so embarrassing. Won't you take me home? 'Cause I need to forget everything if I stand a chance of beginning again. No more staring at the ceiling, of beginning again. No more staring at the ceiling. My God, look at the state of me. This is so embarrassing. I need to forget everything. No more staring at the ceiling. Everything. No more staring at the ceiling. Waiting for the morning. If I spend every waking moment trying look at the state of me. This is so embarrassing. Won't you take me home?
I don't wanna fight with you. I take a plane right through the sky if it meant to spend the night with you. If that'd be alright with you, hey. And when I look into your eyes, I see universe is lighting up, and that's enough to lighten my load. I follow all the darkest roads that steer home. Maybe this the only home I've ever known. No, I don't wanna fight with you. I take a plane right through the sky if it meant to spend a night with you. If that'd be alright with you, hey. And when I look into your eyes, I see universe is lighting up, and that's enough to lighten my load. I follow all the darkest roads that steer home. Maybe this the only home I've ever known. I was out in Berkeley in the Bay when Mac Dre died. I know some days I'm hurting, but some days I see blue skies. But I paint my soul and my heart in this art. I'm starting to act like these things don't matter. I'm burning through dreams like shatter. Root of pain is attachment. I'm last year catchment area. Phony politicians that build up promises without caring. Scary how much we're sharing, like LimeWire, torrent parent. I gave this city my all, and my all is all but lost its bearings. And I don't wanna fight with you. I take a plane right through the sky if it meant to spend the night with you. If that'd be alright with you, hey. When I look into your eyes, I see universe is lighting up, and that's enough to lighten my load. I follow all the darkest roads that steer home. Maybe this the only home I've ever known. Rach, get it?
Yours is the only love I've ever known. Now I understand, I should've showed you. Time passes and I'm getting old, and I can feel this weight upon my shoulders. And it's you on my mind now that it's colder. I know you'll be just fine now that I told you.
Come back home now, come back home now, come back to me. Come back home now, come back home now, come back to me. Come back home now, come back home now, come back to me. And I don't wanna fight with you. I take a plane right through the sky if it meant to spend the night with you. If that'd be alright with you, hey. And when I look into your eyes, I see universe is lighting up, and that's enough to lighten my load. I follow all the darkest roads that steer home. But maybe that's the only home I've ever known, yeah. And I don't wanna fight with you. I take a plane right through the sky if it meant to spend the night with you. If that'd be alright with you, yeah. When I look into your eyes, I see universe is lighting up, and that's enough to lighten my load. I follow all the darkest roads that steer home. But maybe that's the only home I've ever known.
Rach, smashing it there. Fair play to you.
think that you can teach, boy, me born in your speech, boy. You tell me I'm a runaround Sue, just want the sound of silence. And maybe I just think too much, talk too much like you. But this isn't you, so what can I do? There's only one way out. You haven't been on my mind much lately. You haven't been on my mind. You haven't been on my mind much lately. You haven't been on my mind. God, you're on form tonight. Finish your pint. Make a meal of it. You act so pretentious, they can't wait for you to finish. And right now you love this, but tomorrow you'll feel foolish, embarrassed and hopeless. Tell everyone you didn't mean it. If you thought you were having fun, how could it be so wrong? Gonna be the last to leave the party. Make the host wish she'd never invite you. Gonna be the last to leave the party. Act like you own every room. Oh, come on, I can't sleep. Why don't you just stay awake with me? Hey, me. Your monologue drags in the kitchen. It's not just your drink you're spilling. To anybody who will listen, at least you come out swinging. Watch as they avert their eyes. They're not even surprised. You like this every other weekend, so of course you'll do it again. You'll do it again. If you thought you were having fun, how could it be so wrong? Gonna be the last to leave the party. Make the host wish she'd never invite you. Gonna be the last to leave the party. Make the woman every room. Oh, come on, I can't sleep. Why don't you just stay awake with me? Hey, me. Come on, hey, me. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. It doesn't have to feel broken. Just knock back another one. It doesn't have to feel
back another one, and 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 another one. Gonna be the last to leave the party. Make the host wish he'd never met you. Gonna be the last to leave the party. All alone in the living room. Oh, what is there left to lose? Those four walls closing in on you.
Oh, the chemical drips from your mouth to your hips, and I bless myself before moving closer. And the day is full and empty over your aching body. And I was in the gallery when you told me my heart was granite and molasses. And with a silver arrow I found you at a time of fallow, moving like the swarm ascending high up, bodies' backs all bending. I harbor high tides in my womb. You lift the ocean in my bloom. You'll see us somewhere, sometime. With the weight of a dreamer's vision, you saw us dancing in the kitchen. The alchemy of her eyes, I can't tell. Oh, my day was full and empty, and she made ache my loving body. She's in the gallery, and she reminds me love comes before any other answer. And with a silver arrow I saw you, though the light was narrow, and tremble in the skin you're given. No one comes before a villain. I harbor high tides in my womb. You lift the ocean in my blue. You'll see us somewhere. And I miss you when you turn your head, miss you when you turn your body to the wind. I remember when he said, here she is and I love her. Here she is and I love her. Here she is and with a silver arrow leave me now. The night is hollow and careful with the skin you're giving. No one comes before revealing. Oh, my day was full and empty, and I missed her loving body. She's in the gallery every time that I go looking for an answer.
So, hope everyone's doing well at home. This next tune's called Mother. We good to go, boys?
blinded, baby. I hate to say Daddy melted all your flowers every goddamn day by the park, and at school. Yeah, one thing they should have teach you is it pays to be cruel, and your mother needs some loving, and this town's just about crumbling. And yeah, I know we did it to ourselves, and we apologize profusely, 'cause the rain don't fall like it used to. If this was paradise, so blinded, baby, and everything we thought would turn to gold. 16, now you're the session queen. It's time to hit the town to get your white lightning. Looks like we did you a favor. No need for fishing, kiddo. The Liffey's intoxicated with some chemical waste on. The pubs on the quays are closing, and everybody's got their hands in. They're drinking just before the flood. We apologize profusely, 'cause the rain don't fall like it used to. This was paradise, so blinded, baby, 'cause everything we thought would turn to gold. And we apologize profusely, 'cause the rain don't fall like it used to. This was paradise, so little rosy, and everything we thought was brave and bold.
Oh, that was fun. This is another new song that we have never played before. That's half a lie. We kind of played half of it. Yeah. The song's called I Know.
Yeah.
Who's to say this parting doesn't mean we couldn't grow? 10 years down the line, you look at me and say I know. Breaks me fucking hard that I can see we lost our glow. 10 years up the road, you might look back and say I know. Who's to say this parting doesn't mean we couldn't grow? 10 years down the line, you look at me and say I know. Breaks me fucking hard that I can see you lost our glow. 10 years up the road, you might look back and say I know, I know, I know. The devil and God are raging inside me is Jesse Lacey. Nightmare on my house of cards collapsing as Kevin Spacey. Sadness in my soul, our only goal is not to be raping, it's to analyze our old behavior, put ourselves in danger when the time is right. Vivid memories of scrapping strangers when the moon was high. Took a couple to the jaw and broke my hand, my anger lies. Hey, I can't quite pinpoint where my anger lies. Hey. Is it to protect a woman in trouble on a con street on her own, then neglect a woman in trouble that's an anguish inside my home? And that could be the reason why I have to walk this land alone. But Aurora's got a plan for me, I know. But who's to say this parting doesn't mean we couldn't grow? 10 years down the line, you look at me and say I know. Breaks me fucking hard that I can see we lost our glow. 10 years up the road, you might look back and say I know. Who's to say this parting doesn't mean we couldn't grow? 10 years down the line, you look at me and say I know. Breaks me fucking hard that I can see you've lost your glow. 10 years up the road, you might look back and say I know, I know. Writing seems the hardest thing to do. Mexicano, Bufo, whooping Wicklow, breaking through, I'm with my crew. Kiki told me to love myself, but take care of these other elves. Hey, Genova, let's go.
Straight up breaking levers on riverbeds, been the sector trips have led. Timid, I admit it, got some drive, I'm like a civic. Pivot planes and universes, in cursive posture assertive. Murder, murder, you heard it, the constant surging. Mental, verbal, vermin swerving, the truth of life and death. Try to rest, you stress your breath, your body's chill like strokes of crest. Might have guessed the dynasty, silently spawn undoubtedly. As far as eyes can see, the side to see is a part of me, parting my souls and chemically crafting the oral remedies. In need of clarity, to live vicariously, savage. They rhyme so avagely. Genova waits impatient, complacent with every statement. Witch doctors and their mantras, what they chanting couldn't stop us. Yeah, they couldn't stop us.
Hey, let's go.
Tell them never stop us.
Hey. But who's to say this pattern doesn't mean we couldn't grow? 10 years down the line, you look at me and say I know. Breaks me fucking hard that I can see we've lost our glow. 10 years up the road, you might look back and say I know. Who's to say this pattern doesn't mean we couldn't grow? 10 years down the line, you look at me and say I know. Breaks me fucking hard that I can see we've lost our glow. 10 years up the road, you might look back and say I know. Everything I love, I lose in time. I'm flowing with the rhythm of the drums I feel inside. I'm flowing with my old nights. I remember things from in my old life. Makes me tear up thinking that I'm old nights. No, I'm not succumbing to the drowning in the water. Never give up on my lonely dreams to hold my only daughter. Love my son just like my father. Had to teach myself to be a father. Hey.
Shout out to my bro Will House on the beat on that one. Straight out Carlo. That went really well. That was a good song. That's a good song.
And that's that for Trinity Festival 2021. We hope you enjoyed watching the show as much as we enjoyed making it, and we'd like to extend our huge thanks to every artist, crew member, staff and student who helped in the production of this wonderful concert. We'd also like to thank you at home for sticking with us and watching Trinity Festival 2021.
We would like to extend a massive thank you to all the artists for getting involved in Trinity Festival. Also a big thank you to Thomas and Connor from Broderick's Light and Sound, who made it look so impressive and sound so impressive on the night. Also a big thank you to Clark Holmes Media, the men behind the camera, who made this whole production look so good. So a big thank you to all of them.
So that's us. I would finally like to thank every single person who's taken part, participated, helped plan, or just helped Ents this year. It's certainly been an interesting year to be Ents officer, but I hope you found something in our many panels, comedy classes, concerts and everything else that Ents has put on this year, and it's provided some form of entertainment during such strange times. I would also like to thank my wonderful committee, the amazing Dara behind the camera, everyone involved, Tig with the concert, and the entire SU sabbatical team for helping keeping me grounded and just assisting in the general day-to-day running of what was surely Ents' strangest ever year. I'd also finally like to extend my best of luck to next year's Ents crew, and hopefully this time next year we'll all be sipping an overpriced pint at an in-person T-ball and loving every single second of it. So, mar sin, Donur Dernach, Fon Slán, agus Ciamí Chib Galéir, Galuga.